Feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming up.
I'm back, guys. So today is another day of YouTube making. Now, I want to say that Planet Test is probably one of the better manga I've read, but easily my top 12. Maybe not my favorite, but I would say that it's pretty good. But if you want to read something that is kind of like Bachman or Silent Voice and give it a shot, now this is by Makoto Gamara, same guy that wrote Vinland Saga, which ran for about 22 volumes in total, whilst Planet Test went for about like 4 volumes in omnibus format. So of course I'm going to talk about the series and I'm going to give it like a rating scale, which I've never done before. I would give it a 4.5 at least out of 5. Now let me say why. It's because its execution is done great. Now the characters and character development as good character development, and that's one reason why I say it's probably one of the better manga to exist. Now, Planet Test follows Hachi. Now, you got a total of 4 different characters I can really recall right now. You got Yuri, you got Ai Tanabe, and then you got V, that's her name, and then there's Colonel Sanders. Finger looking good, guys. But besides that, you got like it's about like space debris collecting. So you got like characters that literally see space as their own home. Now there's a reason as to why that they see it as their home. It's because they have spent so much time in space and they're essentially living out space in their dreams, and maybe they all have dreams, they all want to be somewhere in life. Now Hachi actually wants to like go beyond space collecting. Now he wants to go beyond that because he is essentially the Technora company that actually like distributes like them across the space environment. They're the lowest of the low, okay? So to me it means that he wants to be something bigger, something better. Now he goes on a mission to Jupiter at one point in the manga, and that is one of the biggest standpoints in the series, is that he makes a huge speech at the end of the manga, and I'm not going to spoil what it was, but it was a big deal and I loved it because it's basically like being written in storybooks, like textbooks. It's going to be in that. But I can't remember what year this takes place in. This manga was serialized in 2003. Now really it's when he's traveling to Jupiter, it's like interstellar travel. Now it's not between stars, but it's close enough. Now you might ask, why clean up the space environment? Well, it's because you don't want like space debris like collecting up in like on Earth. Like if it gets into Earth's orbit, that could be a big problem. Like it could create well, meteorites essentially, like little meteorites. But there's also the problem of it hitting satellites, and that's another big deal. But that's really all I can think about right now. Now, another part in the manga is that you have like Fee. Now, she has like this, there's a little bit of comedy sprinkled in this manga, like here and there, but essentially she has like a smoking problem. She smokes in the station, and the sprinklers like turn on and she gets soaked. At first I thought it was an explosion because the art style is a little bit hard to follow sometimes, but she goes completely nuts and she goes into another space station. Like she travels just to get a smoke. And now there's also a terrorist organization. I'm not going to spoil what they are essentially, but it's kind of a big deal because this terrorist organization is like setting off explosions in like the smoking prohibited areas, or non-prohibited areas. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired, guys, but and I'll also apologize, I kind of just woke up from a nap. Yeah, I mean, there's not like so much I could really say about this manga because it's so basic, bar none. Now, if you want something that is, again, like Bakuman, then go for it. It's a slice of life series. Now, essentially, space could be become your home essentially now. You might ask why? Well, it's because you've spent eons on end in space, and you just it's like if you live on Earth and eventually you just grow to love it. Now in space it's the same way. Now maybe it's because they live in space stations, but who knows really? I mean, they see it as their home essentially, and that's never really given reason as to why, but that's another little intricate detail I forgot to mention. Now all these characters do have dreams. Now one of Hachi's dream is to get his own spaceship. Now some of these characters have a desire to go back to Earth. Now like I don't think Hachi had that desire, but I do think that Fi did, or Ai Tanabe. But this story serves as a reminder that living in space isn't an easy task. When there is no gravity, there's nothing that comes close to Earth. Some have the great desire to live out life back on Earth because there's colonization on the moon. I mean, but I gotta say, I don't really remember if that's a fact or not, but seeing these characters' families are one of the many factors. It's a slice of life story that, at best, it's a fine work that encapsulates on relationships of space itself. It's a well-written story that follows believable characters that have their own dreams and agendas that motivate them. And this read, if you want another slice of life story like Bakuman or Silent Voice, go ahead and give it a shot. Sorry, that's my sister's. This sublime world isn't far from ours. I mean, we could live in a world very much like this. Planet Test is also has an anime, but I would recommend the manga. Again, guys, I'd recommend the manga over the anime, but that's about it for this YouTube video. But this is the Unhired of YouTube. Now follow me on my journey into YouTube a bit more. Now I'm gonna keep on producing videos, and I plan to make a discussion video on the Promised Neverland. So at some point I will make a discussion video on that, and also I'm gonna make a review on Bakuman and Banana Fish, maybe within 2 weeks or free. I don't know when, but guys, that's a bit of it for this YouTube video. Remember to take your meds, guys. Remember, do it. But yeah, that's a bit it. You guys have a good day, have a good one, and you guys take care, go, let's go.
光見つけた空白の時間迷い込んだ宙づりの世界信じられる答え探し求めてよたださ